You ever hit a point in life where you look around and think, when did the world decide I was finished? Because you didn't lose your intelligence, you didn't lose your discipline, and you sure as hell didn't lose your value. But somewhere along the way, people started acting like you did. It's subtle at first. Fewer people ask for your advice. Your ideas get talked over. Opportunities that once came straight to you now go to someone half your age. And you start wondering what changed. But here's the brutal truth. You didn't change. The world changed its story about you. There is a lie quietly pushed onto men once they cross a certain age. A lie that says your best years are behind you, your skills are outdated, and your voice doesn't matter anymore. A lie that makes you feel like your presence is optional, like your wisdom is old news, like the world has moved on. This lie is not accidental. It's intentional. It's everywhere, in workplaces, in media, in culture. I call it the obsolete man fallacy. And it's one of the most destructive ideas ever sold to men who have more experience, more clarity, and more inner strength than they've ever had before. The world doesn't label you obsolete because you've deteriorated. It labels you that way because you've become harder to manipulate. Younger men are easier to impress, easier to confuse, easier to distract. But a man with 50 or 60 years of scars, he can't be fooled with buzzwords. He can't be impressed with shortcuts. He can't be controlled with trends or tricked with fate urgency. He sees straight through nonsense because he's lived through real struggle. And that makes him dangerous in a system built on noise, distraction, and shallow thinking. So instead of respecting you, they attempt to minimize you. Instead of learning from you, they talk down to you. Instead of valuing your experience, they replace it with fresh energy, which is really just code for cheaper, more compliant. You get told you're old school, that your perspective is outdated, that you need to adapt. Not because your ideas don't work, but because your presence is a reminder of how things used to be done, with honor, with discipline, with resilience. And those qualities don't make corporations money. They don't make influencers famous. They don't make fragile people comfortable. Let's be honest about where you see this. You see it at work. You see it in the culture. At work, it's a game of performative energy. It's the 30-year-old manager who read a book and now wants to reimagine the workflow. He wants meetings about other meetings. He uses words like synergy, pivot, and circle back, but has never actually done the job. He hasn't sat in the trenches. He hasn't dealt with a code red problem at 2 a.m. He hasn't built anything. He's just talking about building it. You sit in that meeting, holding your tongue, because you know that his new idea is just the same failed idea from 10 years ago, but with a new name. You know it will waste 6 months, cost $1 million, and end with you having to quietly fix it while he gets praised for innovating. And you get told you're not a team player because you didn't look excited enough in the meeting. That's the fresh energy they want. They don't want your wisdom. They want your compliance. They want you to smile and pretend their bad idea is a good one. Then there's the culture. Turn on the TV, watch a movie. When was the last time you saw a man over 50 who was the hero, who was sharp, capable, and respected? It doesn't happen. You're one of two things. You're either the clueless bad who can't figure out the remote control, a bumbling, lovable fool who exists for his kids to roll their eyes at, or you're the angry villain, the grumpy old boss, the out-of-touch politician, the man who is just in the way. The message is clear. You are not the main character anymore. They don't make stories about the man who gets up at 5 a.m., who quietly provides, who keeps his word, and who holds the line when everyone else is panicking. Why? Because that's boring to them. It's not viral. It's just strength. And the modern world is terrified of quiet strength. It prefers loud, shallow hustle. And here's where the real danger begins. Over time, if you hear the same message over and over, you start to internalize it. You start silencing yourself. You stop offering solutions. You hold back your instincts, not because you've lost confidence, but because you're tired of being dismissed by people who haven't lived enough life to understand what you're even talking about. That shrinking, that quiet withdrawal, that is the exact moment the obsolete man fallacy succeeds. Not because it's true, but because you start believing it might be. What does that shrinking look like? It's the meeting where you know the answer, but you don't say it. You just sit back. You let them talk. You let them fail. Because you know that if you do speak up, you'll be labeled negative or difficult. It's easier to just be quiet. It's the email you type out, the one with the real solution, and then you just delete it. And instead, you just reply, "Sounds good." It's when you stop mentoring the younger guys, because the last 3 you trained took your advice, got promoted, and then forgot your name. This is the poison at work. It's not that you've lost your fire. It's that you've been punished for using it. So you've learned to bank the coals, to keep them low. You've learned that survival means not standing out. And you start blaming yourself. You think, maybe I am too slow. Maybe I am out of touch. Maybe I'm just tired. That's the lie. You're not tired. You're uninspired. You're not slow. You're bored. You're not out of touch. You're just done with the game. You're an F1 car being forced to drive in a 20-mile-per-hour school zone. It's not the car that's broken. It's the road. But here's what nobody tells you. This stage of life isn't a decline. It's a transition. It's the point where a man stops living for applause and starts living for truth. It's where you become less interested in being seen and more interested in being effective. You don't lose motivation, you lose patience. You stop caring about proving yourself to people who don't understand the game. You're not slowing down, you're refining. You're becoming selective. You're choosing where to put your energy instead of letting everyone take it. And the moment you understand that, something shifts inside you. You stop measuring your worth by external noise. You stop chasing validation from people who can't stand on their own. You stop trying to fit into a world that values appearance more than substance. And that's when your real power shows up. Not the loud power of your 20s, but the calm, precise, grounded strength of a man who knows exactly who he is. This is where you discover that invisibility isn't a punishment, it's freedom. When the world stops watching you as closely, you're free to move without interruption, free to build without pressure, free to reinvent yourself without judgment. You operate in stealth mode, not because you're fading out, but because you're finally working on your own terms. While others chase trends, you chase purpose. While they try to be seen, you try to be useful. While they fear getting older, you understand that this is the age where a man stops pretending. And that's your advantage. You don't waste energy the way you used to. You don't fall for traps you used to. You don't run toward every opportunity. You choose the ones that fit you. That's not being obsolete. That's being optimized. You've lived through enough storms to recognize patterns instantly. You've made enough mistakes to avoid them now. You've built enough to know what's worth building. Younger men rush. Older men aim. And aimed effort beats rushed effort every single time. So how do you use this? How do you turn this stealth mode into a weapon? This is not theory. This is the playbook. 1. You weaponize your silence. In your 20s, you thought you had to be the first to speak. You have to prove you were the smartest in the room. Now, you do the opposite. You speak last. You let everyone else talk. You let them show their cards. You let them exhaust themselves. You just sit there. You listen. You watch. And when they finally run out of steam and the room is quiet and everyone turns to you, You deliver one simple, clear sentence. Here's the problem, and here's the fix. Your words will land like a hammer. Why? Because they're not noise, they're signal. You're not competing, you are concluding. That is power. 2. You become the anti-mentor. You stop giving your wisdom away for free. Your experience is the most valuable asset you have. Stop casting pearls before swine. Stop trying to help people who don't want to be helped. Your new job is to filter. You watch. You look for the one person, the 25-year-old who is actually quiet, the one who listens, the one who works instead of talks. You pull that one person aside, and you give them everything you know. You build one true protege. You forge one true ally. Forget the rest. Let them learn the hard way. This isn't cruel, it's efficient. 3. You build your own arc. The brutal truth is that the company is not your family. That job is not loyal to you. You know this. Stop acting like you don't. Use their paycheck to build your own thing. Use your obsolete status as your cover. While they're all in their synergy meetings, you're on your lunch break, building your business, funding your investment account, learning the one skill they can't outsource. You are building your own arc, so that when their ship sinks, and it will sink, you and your family will just float away. That is the real FU money. It's not a sports car. It's freedom. And here's the part that nobody expects. This is the stage where your influence gets deeper. You don't have to be loud anymore. Your presence speaks for you. Your silence speaks for you. People feel your energy when you walk into a room because it's grounded, not chaotic. You're not trying to impress anyone, and ironically, that's why people trust you more. You've lived enough life to speak only when it matters, and when you do, it hits different. Your words carry weight because they aren't theory. They come from scars, experience, and survival. So no, you're not obsolete. You're not outdated. You're not past your prime. You're entering the part of life where you finally have the clarity, perspective, and freedom to build something real. Whether it's a business, a new purpose, a stronger family, a deeper relationship, or simply peace, you're not late. You're right on time. And if you've been feeling disconnected, that's not decline. That's awakening. You're outgrowing the version of yourself that lived for other people's approval. You're becoming the man who lives on his own terms. The world may underestimate you. Let it. You don't need their belief. You only need your own. Because a man who knows himself is the one person the world can't control, can't silence, and can't replace. And that's exactly who you're becoming. Not an obsolete man, a refined one, a seasoned one, a man with depth in a shallow world, a man with focus in a distracted world, a man with standards in a world that keeps lowering them. And now, here's the part I want you to hear clearly, because it's the truth most men don't get told until it's too late. You still have time. You still have potential. You still have strength. You still have a future worth building. Your value didn't expire. Your story didn't end. Your role didn't disappear. You're not waiting for the finish line. You're standing at the start of a new chapter that only men with real experience ever reach. And when you step into that chapter, everything changes. Think of it this way. Your first 25 years, you were learning. Your next 25 years, you were building. You were the provider. You were climbing the hill. It was about duty. But that mission is over. The kids are grown. The mortgage is paid. The hill is climbed. This feeling of being obsolete is just the void. It's the empty space between your first mission and your second mission. Your first mission was about building your life. Your second mission is about building your legacy. And legacy isn't a statue. Legacy is not what you leave, it's what you live. It's the wisdom you pass on to that one person who listens. It's the stability you create when the world is in chaos. It's the example you set for a younger generation that is starving for a real man to follow. They don't need another influencer. They need a model. They don't need another boss. They need a mentor. That is your new mission, and it is more important than the first one. You're not obsolete. You're becoming someone the world can't predict and can't replace. And the sooner you stop believing their lie, the sooner you start living your truth. Listen, don't let the world decide who you get to be. Don't let a system built on trends tell you your time is up. Don't let younger, louder voices make you doubt the years you've lived through. You earned your wisdom. You earned your strength. You earned your place. And you're not here to fade out quietly. You're here to build the part of your life that actually belongs to you. So carry yourself like the man you've become, not the man they want you to be. Because you're not outdated. You're not invisible. You're not done. You're just getting started, and they're about to find out. This is the brutal truth as I see it. Now, I want to hear yours. Leave your story in the comments below. If you got value from this, a simple like is all it takes to show it. And if you're serious about your second mission and want more of this brutal truth, subscribe, because we are just getting started.